I'm a huge fan of minimalist leather sneakers. For several years now, I've been trying out all the different luxury and affordable luxury sneaker brands to see if I could find the best pair. From common projects to Koio and Cabell, Greats, Beckett Simonon, New Republic, Ascot and Charlie, Idrese, Edmonds I've tried a lot of them. And while there are big differences between some of these brands, to be honest, a lot of them are pretty similar. Made in Italy, handcrafted, premium materials, Margom soles. You've heard all this before, right? So when I get a new sample from a brand that I haven't tried before, I don't expect it to be too different in look and feel than everything else that I've tried. But Crown Northampton is different. Now, I heard about this company from my friend John, who runs a YouTube channel called The Kavalier. Excellent channel, by the way, if you haven't checked it out yet. He and others seem to think that Crown Northampton sneakers were on a whole other level. So not just a good alternative to common projects, but better than common projects. That got my attention. So when the nice people over at Crown Northampton offered to send a couple of samples and to sponsor a video, I had to accept. Now, this isn't a review. I haven't owned these shoes for long enough to properly review them, and this is a sponsored video and I don't do paid reviews. This is an unboxing, it's a first look and an overview of the brand, and really I want to talk about how any pair of sneakers could cost over $800. So the first thing that sets Crown Northampton apart from their slew of competitors is the fact that this is a family-owned business and they've been making shoes for 5 generations since 1908, so that's over 110 years of shoe manufacturing. These days, the company still operates in Northampton, England. It's under the direction of Chris Woodford, and Chris is actually the founder's great-great-grandson. And since they own their own factory, this is literally a direct-to-consumer company, so they're not just renting a part of a factory that makes shoes for a bunch of different brands. They are the factory. Crown Northampton's shoes are all made to order in England, just like they were back in the early 1900s. They source their leather from the finest tanneries in the world, including Chicago's Horween and England's Charles F. Steed. Since this process is made to order, they have a wide range of sizes, all the way down to men's 4 US and up to men's 15, which is really cool. You can also customize the sole. So like if you want a gum sole instead of a regular white sole, you can add that. I love gum soles, so I love that you can add a gum sole to any of their styles. And you can also special request a wider size. So if you need like a 10 wide or a G width, you can put that in the notes section when you're placing your order. Crown Northampton currently makes a few different styles of sneakers. These can all be restored through their resoling service. And for this overview, they sent me 2 different pairs. So first up, we have a pair of their best-selling Overstone derbies in white box calf leather. These are fully leather lined, ultra minimalist with almost no visible stitching on the upper, and they have a slightly padded collar, but not too padded, kind of a medium amount of padding. Very comfy, white metal eyelets and waxed cotton laces. The color is a pure, bright white, and the silhouette is clean, but it's not so narrow that it's going to be uncomfortable for a person with a wider foot or a higher instep, like myself, but it still looks nice and sleek. And I often have this problem with some brands that make like a super narrow shoe like Common Projects. Yeah, the silhouette looks cool, but if it's not comfortable, it doesn't really matter how it looks. So I really like their normal width silhouette, but like I said, you can request a wider fit if you need that. Other than the subtle embossed crown wordmark on the tongue of this shoe, it's unbranded. There's no logo on the heel, there's no gold lettering, so I really like the clean, minimal look of this sneaker. They really are a fantastic interpretation of the minimal luxury leather sneaker. I need to put some miles on these, but I will say they're pretty comfortable out of the box and I expect them to break in nicely. Now, the second pair of shoes that Crown Northampton sent over are something special. These are the Harlestone hand-stitched derbies in dark brown shell Cordovan. So the hand-stitched model takes inspiration from bespoke dress shoes. Now, it's tempting to think that the $800+ price tag is only due to the shell Cordovan upper, but it's more a reflection of the time that goes into making each pair by hand, along with the oak bark stiffeners and the natural vegetable tanned leather lining that they use as standard materials throughout the hand-stitch collection. Every piece of this shoe, from the soft, heavy milk outsole to the hand-filled cork midsole, is done in a slow, old-school way that's simply too expensive and time-consuming for most manufacturers. This process is usually reserved for top-of-the-line welted dress shoes. I won't go into all the details of this process, but you can read about it on Crown's website, and it's actually pretty cool, so I recommend checking it out. Now, when I unboxed these sneakers and tried them on for the first time, I could tell that that they were different than any other sneaker I've tried on, even my trusty old Koios. They almost feel like slippers on your feet. It's sort of like if you've ever worn a barefoot shoe, but the thing is, these aren't barefoot shoes. They just have that kind of molding to your foot. It's really bizarre. It's not like any other sneaker I've worn. And I mean this in a good way. It's extremely comfortable. It's a very soft step. It feels like there's no break-in that needs to happen with the midsole or the outsole. And of course, the shell Cordovan upper is ridiculously nice. Many experts consider Horween's shell Cordovan to be the nicest leather in the world. And listen, I'm not a leather expert, but just to give you a quick overview, shell Cordovan is made from horsehide, and you can recognize it by its unique kind of glossy finish. Because of that look, this leather is usually reserved for dress shoes and boots, but I gotta admit, it looks pretty cool on a sneaker. I actually really like the dark brown with the gum sole. I think it's a really cool low contrast look as opposed to having the white sole, and these are gonna look great with like dark wash denim. It's a really good way to dress up your jeans. You know, you throw on some slim dark jeans, a button up, a casual sport coat, you've got yourself a cool smart casual outfit that's perfect for a date night or a casual Friday at work or an upscale party. Now you might be thinking, yeah, these shoes are incredible, but are they really worth almost $900? I know it's a lot of money, and I'm not trying to sell you these or tell you that you should go out and buy these. They're for a specific type of person. You know, these are actual luxury. It's not affordable luxury. It's not designer luxury. These aren't even a status symbol because most people probably won't recognize them. This is just luxury in the purest sense of the word. And I love that these exist. I like that a group of people over in Northampton, England is preserving these old world shoemaking techniques. I love that Crown Northampton is dedicated to making the absolute best sneaker regardless of time or cost. So should you buy them? That's up to you. I can say that if you're in the market for a pair of leather sneakers, I would absolutely consider Crown Northampton against pretty much every other brand that I've reviewed on this channel. And of course, if you can't spend $900, you can also get something from their hand-stitched collection with different materials, and you can check out their Overstone derbies and some of their other models that are very competitively priced, you know, compared to their competitors. It's also worth noting that Crown Northampton refunds the 20% VAT tax on all non-European purchases. So if you order a full-priced order from Crown Northampton and you're not in Europe, you'll get that refund within 24 to 48 hours after placing your order. I'm looking forward to putting more miles on these shoes and breaking them in, but yeah, they look really good right now, and I definitely recommend checking out this brand. I'll link to both pairs down below in the description, and I'd love to hear from you. You know, what do you think about Crown? Would you consider buying sneakers from them as opposed to one of the other more popular brands? Let me know down in the comments section. Thank you as always for watching, and until next time, stay stylish.